Welcome, Thunderbird Nation, to the Thunderbird Coaches Show. Coaches Show is sponsored by the Warehouse Bar Plus Kitchen. The Warehouse Bar Plus Kitchen is a proud sponsor of SU Athletics and has great food, craft cocktails, and is always showing your favorite sports and UFC fights. The Warehouse Bar Plus Kitchen will be hosting a super party on February the 12th for the big game. Head over to your local sports bar for prizes, food specials, and more. The Warehouse would like to remind everyone to have fun and always drink responsibly. Coach Simon, man, it feels like it's been forever. It's good to see your face. Thank you for bringing the fan favorite, Harrison Buttler, with you. Welcome, gents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Coach, congratulations are in order, first off. I saw this morning that SUU has cracked the mid-major top 25. That's awesome. Great accomplishment. Tell us a little bit about how that makes you and your guys feel.
Yeah, no, it's been a good run, especially with this schedule. You know, this is the third year in a row that we've made this top 25, which is a significant accomplishment for a program of our level, because you're talking about 20-plus mid-major conferences. You're talking about Gonzaga. I mean, there's some real teams in this thing, and you know, so it's just kind of a benchmark, you know. And when we put the schedule together early on, when you're talking about Kansas and at New Mexico and at Colorado and all the mid-majors that we had that were all conference champions, we knew that this would be quite a challenge. And the WAC is a significant leap. You know, this is a borderline top 10 conference coming from you know, the Big Sky, where you know, teams toward the bottom of this conference are probably would be toward the top of the Big Sky, just as a comparison's sake, in terms of where their rankings are and all those type of things. So it's knowing the challenge. It was a big time accomplishment.
Yeah, congratulations. A lot of hard work, I'm sure. What goes into that? Tell us a little bit about the player's perspective. How good does it feel to have all that hard work pay off and see yourselves climbing the rankings?
It feels pretty good. In the beginning of the year, I was not too confident in our schedule. Looking down, it's scary to see Kansas and Colorado.
Yeah.
But I think this team handled it well. We didn't get the outcome that we wanted in any of the games, but we fought hard, and it wasn't like we got pieced by 20 or 40.
No, yeah.
We were very winnable games, make a couple of shots, get a few more stops, and just this team is a lot of fun to play with.
That's awesome. Good perspective. So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about or review maybe the last month since we've been together. The team has played some conference games since we talked last. I think I think you were going to Colorado last we talked. Let's just kind of review those games going forward and tell us a little bit about how the Thunderbirds ended up this month.
Yeah, quite a journey since we last talked. We went to Colorado, who's, you know, always a top 4 or 5 Pac-12 team, and kind of right there within striking distance here with 2 minutes left in the game, and just couldn't quite get over the hump. And unfortunately, we were part of you know, the big storm,
the winter freeze out.
Yeah, so we you know, got a few flights canceled and an extra night of stay and a 15-hour bus ride or whatever it was. And I think we're still missing one bag a month later. I think we've got almost all of them back, but we're still hounding Southwest for a couple more. But yeah, so that was quite a saga going into Christmas break, and then post Christmas break, you know, WAC play started. You know, we had to go on the road to defending champion New Mexico State, which is always, you know, a very difficult place to win, and you know, that was a big win for us, and came back home, quick turnaround, play UTRGV, and got a win in that one, and then we're on the road, and they put us take us down to Tarleton and Abilene.
That's right.
You know, so that first 4 games, 3 out of 4 on the road with 2 of the toughest trips was quite a
after the Southwest debacle adventure.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot of disruption.
Mm-hmm. So it was a little baptism by fire by the WAC for us, but we go down there and get a good split. You know,
welcome to the WAC.
Yeah, get a good win at Abilene. Come down to the wire, have a shot at the end against Tarleton, who's they're a top 160 net team. You know, and that's they're a very good coach, very well coached, and then we come back home, and have the two elite Texas schools. You have to Sam Houston, who was 39 in net. That's a quad one game in the world of college basketball, and Stephen F. Austin, who was riding a 15-game regular season WAC win streak. Yeah. So it was at least first 6 games. It was daunting to look at, and we come out of this thing 5-1 with striking distance to first place, and I believe we are our highest net ranking ever in our program history at 118 right now.
That's phenomenal.
Which is ahead of a dozen or so. Power 5, Power 6 schools.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
So these guys have been battling and playing well.
Let's get a little more particulars. First, before I move on, talk to me about, because I'm naive, what is a quad 1 game? Like I have no idea. I mean, it just went right over my head. Yep. It sounds cool. What is a quad 1?
Essentially, they've created a system to rank all of the 361 Division I teams. Okay. Right? And you get credit. So for essentially a quad 1 game, a top 75 game or a top 50 game at home, or a top 75
top
game.
Top 25% of all teams is a quad 1?
So, yeah, they rank all the teams. So, like, for example, Kansas is 2, I believe, in the net or whatever. They're a quad 1 game. You know, a team that's ranked 100 would be a quad 2 game.
I see.
And they did this thing into 4 quads as a way to sort out these teams. Is particularly for Selection Sunday purposes. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of their.
They were a quad 1,
and they were a quad 1 at that at that time, and it fluctuates. Sure. Of course, as teams win and lose and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But that's the kind of the system in a nutshell that they kind of measure teams against one another.
So our first WAC game in conference was down there at New Mexico State. Traditionally, like an impossible place to win. You guys went down and handled business. Like, did you feel going into that game, like New Mexico has not had the best year so far, but we didn't know that going into that game. I think that was their first two. What was the feeling like? Harrison, you mentioned a little bit about looking at the schedule at the beginning of the year and going, "Oh, great."
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And now it seems like you've been through a few of these quad 1 games, and you've been through some of the top competition in the WAC. How does it feel to go down to New Mexico State and just serve them?
It felt good. It was a good start to the WAC tenure that we're going to have at SU. So it's always good to go down as we won the first WAC game. But I think we didn't really have time to celebrate or think about it.
You're right.
On a plane the next day back to
turn around straight back, and then you had UTRGV, and we went. I think that was the overtime game. Is that right?
Yeah, that went overtime.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And I believe the man sitting next to you locked down their scorer, even though he was like 5'10". You followed him all over and just shut him down. We had a hard time shutting him down. Then Harry took the defensive task. Shut him down, and really it was the difference. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, there's no question.
As a fan, it seems like the defense of Harrison Buttler really is what obviously team game, but that was the difference maker in that game. So
and we put Harry out there on islands. He's as a 6'5", big guard. We're asking him to guard a lot of 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot guys. Cohen's 5'9" from NAU, and he stepped up to the challenge.
Oh, NAU, that was the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry.
But it
was the NAU game. Well, and you're like, you are what?
And UTRGV, actually. Yeah, we did the same thing. We put him on their lead scorer.
I feel better about myself.
Yeah, no, you were spot on.
No, NAU was the game I was thinking about, but you're
Yep. No, he's a fantastic defender.
Yeah. Well, I just highlight that because defense is really major difference maker, especially when your shot's not falling. Man, you gotta lock them down. So good job there, Harry. And then we turn around and have this big week last week. Let's talk a little bit about the student body. So the student body comes out pretty big time last Thursday. I haven't seen that the fan both in attendance and volume. What was that like? And what's the key to get this fan base to show up and go crazy? So tell us a little bit about that. I think I heard 900 students on Thursday. I mean, that's
felt like
amazing.
It.
Yeah. Sounded like it.
I would say on the court, it makes the game a lot more fun. I think they're funny, and I can't really focus for that long, so it's good to listen to them here and there. Get a good laugh in.
Get a good laugh in the middle. Yeah. Awesome. What are the funny stuff they say down there? Or can you repeat it?
Anytime they're making fun of somebody shooting free throws is usually pretty funny.
Okay. They want them cheese curds.
Yeah, by any means necessary. We need the cheese curds.
We need that fried cheese. It's like we win fried cheese curds, and it sounds like we won the Natty Championship in there. Like people go crazy for the cheese curds. But is there like a concerted effort to get those the student body out? I talked to Doug Newth, new athletic director, and man, he kind of feels like to me that he has maybe some secret sauce to get the students out, and what an amazing job both on Thursday and Saturday, where it was a 3-day weekend. So
they've been great, to their credit, they've been great for several years now. I think we've been growing 4 or 5 years now of very good student attendance, and we moved that student section maybe before the 2019 season behind the basket.
About 3 years ago.
And I think that's just made a huge difference. It impacts the game, and they're loud. And adding the band now in there has been fantastic. And it's a great college environment here.
Yeah, props to the game managers, because it seems to me like it flows so much nicer. Right, the game, you guys are playing your hearts out. We got fans showing up. It's starting to feel like we're moving in the right direction after, and not that we weren't always a good crowd, but it just seems to me like there's a little more momentum in the crowd base, getting excited, showing up, cheering. And like you said, Harrison, it is so much funner when the crowds are out there causing havoc for the other team, yelling at the free throw shooters and their bench and the coaches. I love it. So shout out to the students. Shout out to Thunderbird Nation for coming out and supporting the team. It's awesome. And then Saturday we played. So we had Sam Houston on Thursday, beat them, and then on Saturday we played. Remind me, Stephen F. Austin.
Yep.
That's a big dudes. Like, it was like one would sit down and they'd bring another like 7-footer. It's just like they had an embarrassment of riches as far as big men. But you know what I love? I love when our 6'6" forwards lock down the centers, like you and Mazo, and just holding it down. You have to guard 5'10", but you also have to guard 6'10".
Yeah, being defensive stopper is not the position you want on a basketball team.
No, it's a good way to get into the ibuprofen.
Yeah, you walked into that one.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, sorry. 2 more, 5 years of being a stopper has been a long time for
It's
him.
obviously key. Look, top 25 in the mid majors, so it's obviously key.
At least it's paying off for something.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, Coach. Any more on the games? Any players you wanted to highlight in that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of great performances even in that stretch. That's the nice thing about this team is we feel like we've got 8, 9, 10 starters that could really perform on a given night. In this stretch, you've seen guys come off the bench. D. Barnes had huge games. Cam Healy had a great game on Saturday, and But and of course, our starting five, it plays a heavy dose of minutes. But Parsa's given us some big moments, but you're seeing the maturation of all these guys. Drake Allen is a point guard, kind of controlling the deal, and Harrison's experiencing now what it's like to be a focal point of other teams' defenses and collapsing on them, and he's making all the right plays. And Tevye in the same way, and Mason and Spurge is really commanding the middle of the floor. So we've had a lot of great performances over this little stretch.
Awesome. Well, I think it's time to highlight a fan favorite, Harrison Buttler. Coach, tell us a little bit about what Harry means to your team.
Yeah, I mean, 5 years, he's all the way up in all the record books, scoring, rebounding, steals, you name it. He's done nothing but win since he's been here, and in our history here hasn't necessarily been that, and it's not because of anything other than the players. And Harrison was a focal point. Him coming here was a turning point. When you start looking at the history of our program and postseason wins, conference championships, and all the stuff that he's done is just special, and he'll go down as one of the all-time greats.
One of the all-time greats. Let's go. Harry, tell us where you're from, man.
I'm from Huntington Beach, California.
Huntington Beach. Oh, that's a little warmer than it is today in Cedar City, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
It took 5 years to get used to.
Yeah, and still, are you all the way used to it?
No.
What was your journey like from Huntington Beach to Cedar City? First, before we talk about that, I guess, can we talk about, and this is more my curiosity, what's the difference or what's the importance of like AAU versus high school ball there down in Southern California?
Well, I kind of had a different situation because my high school team made us play AAU with them. So, yeah.
Okay.
So nothing really changed for me.
So it was kind of the same guys, and you're playing in the same
I also played,
just different league.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I also played at Compton Magic, so I was nonstop hoops for
just hooping
4 years,
all day, every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. How did you get recruited? What was your pathway to come to Southern Utah?
I got a text after a game in Pomona, and don't get mad at me, Coach, but I saw the text and it said like, "Oh, so and so from Southern Utah," and I looked at my friends like, "Ha ha, they think I'm gonna go to Utah."
Those fools think I'm going to Southern Utah.
Don't waste your characters, man. And here I am, 5 years later.
Your data and your minutes. Oh my gosh.
I think my wife said the same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, many can relate.
Yeah.
But like, so I mean, what went down? I mean, I'm sure there was like all kinds of different offers. What rate made you believe in Todd Simon and having come this direction?
His vibe when I got to the school for my visit. It didn't seem like it was going to be a job, and on my other visits, they made it seem like it was going to be like a hassle rather than something I enjoy, and it sold me.
Yeah, no one wants to go spend 5 years of their life grinding it out, having no fun. And you guys, by the way, have a lot of fun. I love the vibe on the team. You guys root for each other.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like you guys make a bucket and there's like dance going on in the sideline. Like it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I love that vibe that you brought with you and that Todd cultivates on that. So Todd's like, you get on campus, you feel like, hey, this is my guy. Did your friends, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. All my friends are talking about, you're like 15 minutes away from Bryan Head. You could go skiing and snowboarding. And I'm like, I don't think that's really what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's probably not, for the knees and whatnot.
Yeah, but sure, I just shrugged it off and
Okay.
came to hoop.
Cool. I like it. What are you studying here at Southern Utah University? What's your major?
I'm a communications graduate, actually.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's a big December.
That was my bad. So I didn't know you had graduated.
You're good.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment. That's an accomplishment I can't put on my resume. I'm a college dropout, so stay in school, kids, or else you're gonna be like me. But so communications. What led you to communications?
I just like talking. I like communicating. I think people are fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite professor? Shout out your professor. You got a
the
guy?
one and only Hayden Coombs.
Hayden Coombs.
Yeah. Hayden
I
Coombs
love
is my guy.
Hayden. He's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great teacher, great fan, great human being, great father. This is the Hayden Coombs episode right now. He's such a stud.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that
guy. That's a big fan club.
Absolutely. Okay, so a little bit about you. You dress for comfort.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I love that. We have pajama night at the AFEC because of Harrison Buttler. He's an influencer of men, Coach.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, he's his own vibe. He talked about the vibe here. He creates his own vibe, and it goes with him. I love it.
There's no question. This is there's a one and only.
There's a one and only. Yeah, I love it. Do you have any shout outs that you want, Harrison, while you got the mic? You want to say hi to anybody back at home or here?
I guess I got to shout out my girlfriend because if I don't, I'm going to get in trouble, right?
Well, that's facts.
Yeah. Obviously, my mom, my sisters, Coach Simon, the coaching staff. That's it.
And your brothers in arms down there on the basketball court?
Let's throw a little shade at Spurge. So everyone except Spurge.
Throwing shade at Spurge. His feet have shade all the time. That dude, he's 6'11", He's that's
we call him
wild.
a savior out there with us because when we get blown by, he blocks a
He's,
shot.
he's
no
the
one gets
one.
yelled at.
I like it. I love it. He's the guy making everybody's defense look better than it is.
Exactly. Give him a hug every day.
Hey, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna make fun of somebody. So Jana Levitt sits next to me there on courtside, and she is the biggest crush on Jason Spurgeon. So I just outed her, but oh my gosh, she talks about him all the time. But it's because he's such a nice guy. He could have got like a flagrant foul against him, and he's still smiling, laughing with the refs. Like, I know he gets frustrated, but he does it with a smile on his face.
Yeah, always.
And he's kind of another unique vibe guy. He's just happy guy.
Yeah, very happy guy.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Coach. Thank you, Harrison, by the way, for coming, being here.
Anytime.
For spending 5 years with us. The community loves you. You're a big fan favorite. We want to let you know on behalf of the community and SCU, we love you.
Oh, so I love it here too. Thank you guys. Making me feel like home.
Yeah, for sure. Coach, we got some games coming up.
You sure do.
Right? So let's just preview the next couple weeks. It'll probably be a couple weeks before we see you again. Who's on the docket? And what's coming up?
Yeah, huge stretch. We got New Mexico State round 2 on Thursday here at home. So we'd love to pack this arena. That's a big game for us.
This is this coming Thursday.
Yep, coming Thursday, 7:00 in the AFEC, and then quick turnaround. The kind of quirky scheduling. We got to get on a plane Friday and then play at Seattle, who's one game ahead of us in standings, is undefeated, and so we got Seattle on Saturday.
Okay.
And the following week, just one game on the slate where we have UVU. So it's it doesn't get any easier. There's no nights off in this league.
No, you're climbing tall trees every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
So these are 3 huge games, and then we're off the following weekend and have a little hiatus, and then back at it again.
Okay, and so we're here, New Mexico State, away at Seattle, and then at UVU. Is that correct?
I believe UVU is here. I don't get that too far.
No, yeah. Like I just want to know what's going on in practice today, John. So far ahead.
Yep.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a big game, home game coming up this Thursday at 7:00. New Mexico State, kind of a perennial powerhouse in the WAC. I think they've been to the NCAA Big Dance like 4 years in a row, with a lot of basketball games. Got a little turmoil. Let's just go ahead and step on them while they're down. Yep. We don't need to do anybody any favors. Let's just go ahead and show out. So Thunderbird fans, that's again Thursday, 7:00. Students, we need you in the student section, getting loud, enjoying college life to its fullest. And then the community, we need you to pack this place. I think the arena is 5,500.
Yep.
I haven't seen 5,500 people in there for a while. I would love to get close this Thursday night. So we're calling all T-Bird fans. If you have tickets, bring a friend. If you've got some corporate ticket situation, make sure those get out to your people. We just don't want to see holes in the seats. We need everyone there because, like Harrison Buttler said, it is so much more energy, so much more fun when that place is packed. And then we can watch the Seattle game on ESPN Plus, I believe.
Yep.
Excellent. Coach, any other parting words that you have for Thunderbird Nation before we wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of special stuff going on in SCU athletics. The women's basketball team's undefeated in WAC play. We've got one loss. I mean, I think this is a special era of hoops right now, and don't take it for granted. This is a great time to jump on board and enjoy this what could be special seasons for both men's and women's basketball.
Love to hear it. Any other shout outs you got? Anybody special you need you got the microphone?
Yeah. We had the family, and my daughter just had her 5th birthday yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
One.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, our staff. The staff has been phenomenal. We've got, Flynn, Tom, Bryce, Garriman, Austin, Bob. These guys just work tirelessly every day and make us look good. So it's
awesome.
We got a great staff.
That's incredible. My quick shout out is to Jana Levitt. Jana is a sweet woman. She loves SCU athletics. She's there every chance she gets, and I love to highlight a fan or two. And she's so much fun to be around, and she loves Jason Spurgeon. So she's gonna kill me when she hears this. But But thanks so much, Harrison Buttler, for being our guest today and feeling the love from you. Yeah, and Coach, as always, we'll go ahead and sign off. I'm John Smith for Todd Simon and Harrison Buttler. Have a great day. Go T-Birds.
Go Birds.